Good morning, friends. This is Pastor Bill Halter coming to you on Tuesday, August the 4th. It seems like October the 4th. It is 2020, so we are on vacation. I was supposed to be on vacation in Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina this morning, and because of the coronavirus, we decided not to go there, and watching the news reports there with the hurricane that has passed through that area or is passing through that area, I think we made a wise decision. We diverted from the East Coast to the North Coast to a sacred place for me called Lakeside, Ohio. I hope the noise behind me and the wind doesn't drown me out, so I'm going to do my best here this morning to share with you. It is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the North Coast, and behind me you can see the dock. I was going to have this wonderful setting behind me with the waters calmly rolling in and the beautiful sunrise coming up, and it is just a typical 2020 morning. I'm glad I did bring a long sleeve shirt along with me to wear while I'm up here this week. But in the midst of our not wanting to be in cooler weather, God has been amazing this week. So I want to share with you from my heart a little bit this morning and tell you that it's just been neat to watch the mighty hand of God work. Many of you have seen through the prayer chain or seen on Facebook the post of my great nephew, Devin, who was in an automobile accident, pretty severe automobile accident, and was in critical condition, and there was major concerns, and there was a lot of complications that they were worried about at the time. And you have prayed him through that. I got a picture yesterday from my niece of Devin and her walking out of the hospital out of Cleveland. He has a long road to recovery, so continued prayers for him. And I pray that God will continue to reveal God's self to that whole family and give them peace and let them know that he was the one who was with Devin in that accident. And so many blessings continue to Devin and to Wendy and the healing, and John, my nephew, and just I just pray that God continues to show up for them. So how does that all happen? We're in the midst of a storm now. Maybe I'm facing a storm behind me with the beautiful storm clouds. A little bit of rain today, perhaps, is forecast. How do we make it? How can you make it through this pandemic? How do you make it through the questions you have? How do you make it through life? How do we make it through hearing the news of the automobile accidents? How do we make it? It's our faith in Jesus Christ. Now, there's others who may choose other ways to survive, but ultimately, our faith in Jesus is what gets us through. I've experienced a lot of tragedy in my life, a lot of loss of loved ones, a lot of tragic loss of those, and it doesn't make sense. Tragic loss of little ones, tragic loss of spiritual giants in my life, and yet Romans 8:28 keeps coming true. All things work together for good. Now, God doesn't necessarily cause those things for good things to happen, but when things happen, God causes good things. All things work together for good to them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So how do we make it? Faith. A couple weeks ago, I spoke of faith over fear. Sometimes we struggle with fear, which is a natural thing to do. It's okay to struggle. It's not okay to just live in that. We need to balance our fear, and fear is a good thing as well, because there's natural instincts that tell us through fear of how we need to cope. But faith is how we walk. Faith is how we move forward. Faith is how we start to overcome the unnecessary fear in our life. Faith is that journey that we make, not knowing the outcome, but trusting in the Creator, trusting in the God who loves us and will guide us and care for us no matter where we go. Hebrews 11:6 says, "But without faith it is impossible to please God." But without faith it is impossible to please Him. For I just went blank. He rewards those who diligently seek Him. We need to be seeking God. That doesn't mean we don't struggle. It doesn't mean we won't, give in to some of our fears. But it means we need to diligently seek God. That's what faith is. Diligently seeking God. I've never really thought of it that way. Faith is diligently seeking God. We want to find God in our lives, don't we? I would rather have sunny and 80 degrees behind me than wearing long sleeves and wondering if this is really August or not. But faith is what pushes us through. This song has been going through my head, so I just thought I would share it with you this morning, the first and the last verse. I had a pastor when I was growing up. I was a little boy. I would sit in the front pew, and Dr. Augustine would preach, and Dr. Augustine would hold my attention, and I would sit on the edge of my pew every Sunday morning. And every time we sang this song, I didn't understand it then, but he would just bellow it out, and he'd be looking up into the heavens, and he'd be singing with all his heart. And now I understand a little bit better what was going on in his heart. So as long as I don't forget the words, I'm going to share this song, and hopefully, like I said, the noise behind me and the wind blowing won't impede. I have faith that God is going to let this song sing. O Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. See if I can drop an octave here. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. And I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Like I said, I started a little high on that, but how great God is in our life, isn't He? Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So as we journey together, let's continue to keep our faith. Let's remember God is with us. Let's remember His great love for us. Let's remember that God is great and even through our struggles and through our time together, that he will take us home, no matter what we face, that all things do work for good to them who love Jesus. So love Jesus with all your heart. Trust in the one. Have faith. Even when the storm's behind you and there's waves and the dock is closed, have faith in the one who came to redeem us. Because how great thou art, O God. Amen.